Hello, keen guitarists. Good to see you here. Today we're going to learn how to play a very simple riff to accompany the bass guitar, the bass of the blues in E that we've been learning. Very quickly, let's quickly remember what we've learned so far. We have been playing 12-bar blues in E that has 12 bars. Let's quickly do it. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. B, 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 A, A, B, Back to the beginning. Brilliant. Then we learned the different levels. Last week we looked at level 1, 2, 3 and 4. Although this was here, I didn't ask you to play level 5 or level 6. So what we're going to do is learn straight away going to level 5, which is when you play the 5th string and you play the 2nd fret. Let me put this up a bit so I can see that you can't see the bottom of the page. There you go. So play the open 5th and 2nd fret on the 5th string. Okay, so remember level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. Okay, so we're going to have a run through with level 5. That means you play either levels 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Play what you're comfortable with. Have fun. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, now we're going to add level 6. That means you add the bass note on the 6th string, play 0 and 3. Okay. Okay, so with those 6 levels, I'm going to invite you to now use your index and your middle finger, because I've seen that you are playing really well with your thumb, plucking the string. But I like you to start using index and middle finger. You can either play what is called free stroke, like this, or rest stroke. But you rest and the next string. And why would you do that? Well, I'm not teaching you how to play with a plectrum. So when you use your hands, your fingers, the more fingers you use, the faster you can play. So once you control your left hand, which now might be slow, but in the future will be fast, then you can get fast, really fast with your fingers, like cycling with 2 fingers or cycling with 1. I mean, cycling with 2 legs or cycling with 1 leg. It's faster with 2 legs. So I suggest that you do this exercise to start with. Index, middle, and the top string on the E string, and then on the 2nd string third string as well. And you can do on the fourth, or then you can go to the thumb. You can do the same thing, free stroke or rest stroke. And then the fifth string and the sixth string. Okay, and that way you can play all the levels, carry on with the fingers or with the thumb. Sorry. You can carry on playing with the fingers up to, you can play really fast. And like bass players, just play up. Try that, it's fun. Okay, now you have a bit of homework with your fingers and your thumb on your right hand. Let's go back to your left hand. So we assume that you've practiced all the levels and that can be played with the accompaniment that I've been playing so far. So I'm going to give you one more chance to play your own level 1 to level 6, and I play the chords for you, okay? And you practice any level. If you're still in level 1, that's fine. You will go to level 2, so go for it. If you're in level 6, add a bit of speed, okay? You can play more notes in the same, I'm not playing any faster, but you can play more notes, okay, in the same amount of time. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Brilliant. Now with that, we're going to move on to the new content of this week's lesson. We stay in the blues and E, and we stay using the same notes that we've learned for the levels. But we're going to now, I've written it on tablature, on the 6 strings tablature again, and I've used the numbers. So if you see a 0, that means you play the open string. And because it's on the 6th string, you play 0 and then 3. So you have to find that note that I taught you today, level 6. You press the 3rd fret. Okay, and then you go to the 5th string, you play open string, and then you go back to the low E. And that can make a nice pattern. That's what riff means. A riff is a pattern that you put just before or after the chord, the accompanying chord. So our riff is going to sound like this. Okay. Have a practice for the first riff. And as it says, you play twice. The next riff starts on the 5th string. So you start with the A, you go to the 3rd fret, then you go to the open 4th string, then back to open 5th string. And it sounds like this. Okay, so if we put those two together, remember this one twice and this one once. 1, 2, 3, go. Good. Now we add the first riff again. If you think about it, it's the same structure as the 12-bar blues, because that's what we're doing. We're doing riff, first riff, second riff, third riff, fourth riff. So riff in E, riff in E, riff in A, riff in E. Okay, so let's do it together. Beginning twice, then riff in A, then riff in E. A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next bit, we can't fit the riff because it's too long. We're going to just play a tiny pattern, which are the notes that you already learned on the first session, which is the B, now the A, now the E. Back to the B, and back to the first pattern. That can be our ending, or you just repeat the whole thing. Da capo, DC means da capo, back to the head, back to the top. So let's do the ending, which is the first riff that you learned, riff in E. So from the beginning, a 1, and 2, a 1, 2, 3, go. Our ending. Now I'm going to try to play the riff and the chords, and you can play the riff or you can play what you learned with the 6 levels. Okay, any of those notes, the riff, or your own improvisation. Ready? As you can see, it wasn't perfect, but we had fun. I had fun playing. I could edit it. I'm going to leave it as it is because I think that's my target. Next week, I'll play even better. Let's see if you can learn something else and you can play the guitar even better than you did this week. Well done with all the work you're doing. Bye.